When Allah has placed these rules and regulations, they are there in order for us to succeed, to ensure that we succeed. Those who follow what Allah has revealed, that Allah Almighty has kept within a reminder benefit for us. We are human beings. We can forget. We do forget. Sometimes when we are told as a reminder, we should be considering it an honor, and we should be thankful for the reminder, because Allah...
In today's news, 3 ministries temporarily relocated to Darubarge after yesterday's devastating fire. UK High Commissioner Irtisham Adam presents credentials to King Charles III. And Parliament wraps up its final session of the year on December 12th, entering recess until February.
I'm Nashra and thank you for joining us today. 3 ministries have been temporarily relocated to Darubarge after the devastating fire that severely damaged their buildings on Thursday. The affected ministries include the Ministry of Housing, Land and Urban Development, Ministry of Construction and Infrastructure, and the Ministry of Climate Change, Environment and Energy. The building also housed the Environment Protection Agency. Services were temporarily suspended following the fire. In addition to the ministries, Mala City Council's vital registration and land sections were also affected by the fire. The council announced via its official X account that efforts are underway to promptly restore services and minimize the impact on Mala residents. Temporary arrangements have been made to relocate the council's operations to its Hulumale office. Authorities have confirmed that while the affected buildings are unsafe for use, the fire did not result in any injuries. The cause of the fire remains under investigation. The Maldives Parliament wraps up its final session of the year on December 12th, entering recess until February 2025. Speaker Abdul Rahim Abdullah provided an overview of the third session's achievements, noting significant legislative milestones.
The Parliament completed 73.3% of its scheduled work for the session, down from 82.9% completion rate achieved during the third session of the last Parliament. According to Speaker Abdur Rahim, 20 sittings were held during the session, amounting to 67 hours of deliberations. Additionally, parliamentary committees conducted 165 meetings over a total of 118 hours. Key legislative accomplishments included the passage of 20 laws addressing critical economic and social issues. These included the Foreign Currency Act, National Debt Act, and Constitutional Amendment, as well as amendments to pivotal laws such as the Tourism Act, Tobacco Control Act, and Goods and Services Tax Act. Additionally, the state budget for 2025 was successfully approved. Speaker Abdur Rahim also noted that the session addressed 1 resolution, 13 government motions, 5 motions by the Speaker, and 4 emergency motions. Furthermore, 13 questions were posed to ministers and 7 reports on various issues were completed. The next parliamentary session is scheduled to commence in February 2025, where President Dr. Muhammad Muizzu will deliver the presidential statement during the opening ceremony.
Law states. Speaker of Parliament Abdul Rahim Abdullah states that the current government has remained within the bounds of the Constitution. He made these remarks during an appearance on the Babu program broadcasted by PSM News, reflecting on the achievements of the parliamentary session concluded this year.
The Speaker highlighted significant progress during the current parliamentary session, underscoring the importance of a recent constitutional amendment. He characterized the amendment as a step towards empowering the public, particularly addressing issues such as members of parliament switching political allegiances. The amendment also introduced measures to strengthen democratic accountability, including the requirement for parliamentary approval in matters such as military operations. Abdur Rahim stressed that the Progressive National Congress, PNC, is committed to upholding constitutional principles and restoring the authority and dignity of governance. He reiterated that no actions taken by the present administration under the 20th Parliament have contravened constitutional provisions. In contrast to the alleged violations during previous administrations under the Maldives Democratic Party, MDP, which he claimed bypassed parliamentary approval in their first and second terms, the Speaker noted that the current government has respected constitutional boundaries. While the opposition has raised concerns about constitutional compliance, the government has maintained that the recent amendments reflects its commitment to prioritizing the public's interests. No constitutional breaches have been observed under the current administration, he reiterated, adding that the government's actions do not warrant opposition challenges.
The newly appointed High Commissioner of the Republic of Maldives to the United Kingdom of Great Britain and Northern Ireland, Dr. Irtisham Adam, officially presents her letter of credence to His Majesty King Charles III today at Buckingham Palace. His Majesty congratulated Dr. Irtisham on her appointment and expressed a desire to strengthen the long-standing ties of friendship and cooperation between the Maldives and the UK. In response, Dr. Irtisham conveyed greetings from President Dr. Mohamed Muiz and reiterated the Maldives government's commitment to collaborating with the UK on areas of mutual interest. Following the ceremony, a reception was held at St. James Court, London, a Taj hotel attended by notable figures, including Secretary General, ambassadors, and High Commissioners from SAARC and Commonwealth countries. Dr. Irtisham has made significant contributions throughout her diplomatic career. During her ambassadorship to the United Nations in Geneva, she also represented the Maldives in Germany, Italy, Turkey, and Switzerland. Additionally, she served as Vice President of the United Nations Human Rights Council. In her tenure as Minister of Health, Dr. Irtisham introduced reforms, including establishing the first MRI services in a government hospital. As Minister of Youth and Sports, she launched over 400 sports infrastructure projects across the Maldives. We'll be back after a short break. Welcome back. The establishment of MRI services marks the initial step in developing Ungufar Regional Hospital into a tertiary level healthcare facility, according to Health Minister Abdullah Nazim Ibrahim. Speaking at the inauguration ceremony of the MRI services, the minister outlined plans to introduce additional services to support the hospital's progression to tertiary level. The minister also emphasized the government's focus on preventive healthcare as a cornerstone of its health policies. Efforts to establish a primary healthcare system in islands have already commenced, aiming to raise awareness about health issues and provide preventive measures. By the end of 2025, the government plans to implement the primary healthcare system across all inhabited islands. Ungufar Regional Hospital, a vital institution serving the community for over 40 years, has also introduced platelet-rich plasma PRP therapy a treatment designed to repair damaged tissues, alongside the newly launched MRI services. The hospital already offers a range of advanced services, including heart care, mammography, and CT scans, with dental and ENT services expanded to include modern facilities. The development of Ungufa Regional Hospital into a tertiary level facility is expected to meet the long-standing demand for high-quality healthcare services in the region. And now let's look at this week's top stories.
The United Nations Development Programme hosted an exhibition from 4th to 6th December, celebrating 45 years of humanitarian service in the Maldives. The event highlighted key milestones, including advancements in the fishing industry, educational reforms, and the nation's resilience during crises such as the tsunami and the COVID-19 pandemic. During the International Court of Justice proceedings on climate obligations, Attorney General Ustaz Ahmad Usham reaffirmed the Maldives' opposition to relocating citizens due to climate change. He urged the global community to fulfill their legal and moral responsibilities, highlighting the Maldives' acute vulnerability to climate impacts. Consultations began to draft the National Service Bill. Announced by President Dr. Muizzu, the program aims to provide mandatory national service for unemployed youth over the age of 16. Starting in 2025, the initiative will recruit 5,000 individuals into the Maldives National Defense Force and Police Service. President Dr. Muizzu completed a tour of North Arian Mala atolls, meeting with local councils, Women's Development Committee members, and the residents. The visits focused on discussing local development needs and gathering community input. As part of his nationwide council consultation program, the president has now met with 185 councils. This week, Parliament approved amendments to the Penal Code to criminalize cybercrime and strengthen international collaboration. The legislation defines offenses such as unauthorized access, data interception, and cyber violence. Parliament has also passed an amendment to allow bail during the appeals process, except for convictions involving crimes such as murder, drug trafficking, and child sexual abuse. On Human Rights Day, President Dr. Muizzu reaffirmed the Maldives' commitment to equality, dignity, and justice. Reflecting on the 75th anniversary of the Universal Declaration of Human Rights, he emphasized priorities such as access to health care, gender equality, and environmental sustainability. The Maldivian government achieved a historic milestone in the fishing industry by processing payments within 48 hours, disbursing over 2 million rupiah to fishermen. This marks a successful implementation of the President's pledge to address payment delays, with 38 million rupiah distributed over 2 weeks through a new rapid payment system at Bank of Maldives and Maldives Islamic Bank. The Business Center Corporation has launched the Kumevi Portal, a digital platform that streamlines services for small and medium enterprises. Developed with support from the United Nations Development Programme and the Government of Japan, the portal consolidates services like business consultancy, self-employment registration, and funding opportunities into a single access point. Finally, the Maldives Inland Revenue Authority, MIRA, reported a $100 million increase in state revenue this year, reaching $952.5 million by November. This growth was attributed to higher income from departure taxes, airport development fees, and resort leases, marking a significant boost to the economy.
The Parliament has approved the appointment of Taha Shuaib to the Board of Maldives Inland Revenue Authority, MIRA. The decision was made during a parliamentary session where 69 lawmakers unanimously voted in favor of her appointment to fill a vacant position on MIRA's board. Taha Shuaib holds a master's degree in economics, which she earned from the University of Bangalore in India in 2013. Following her graduation, she joined the Maldives Monetary Authority, MMA, where she has held various roles since 2013. Currently, she serves as an economist in the Monetary and Exchange Rate Policy Division at MMA. Her appointment comes following the conclusion of the term of the outgoing board member Makhzoom Salim. The Bodu Kannali Maswaringa Union, BKMU, has announced its partnership with the Maldives Marine Expo 2025, a collaboration that aims to support the country's fishermen. The event, scheduled to take place from February 6 to February 9, 2025, will feature special offers on boat machinery, fishing equipment, and spare parts, with a key focus on fishermen's needs. A standout moment of the expo will be the Fisherman's Night, which will be held on February 8, 2025. This evening will celebrate the hard work of Maldivian fishermen with discussions on industry advancements, special promotions, and opportunities for stakeholders to engage directly with one another. BKMU's involvement in the event highlights its ongoing commitment to advocating for the rights and welfare of fishermen in the Maldives. The partnership will ensure that the expo provides a more inclusive platform for the fishing and marine sectors, helping to further elevate the role of fisheries in the nation's economy and culture. The Maldives Marine Expo is known for attracting industry leaders, and this year's edition promises to be an important event for those involved in the marine and fishing industries. It is one of the country's longest-running and most prestigious events, showcasing a wide range of products and services relevant to the marine industry. As the event continues to grow, it plays a vital role in facilitating networking, collaboration, and knowledge sharing, benefiting both local and international participants. That's all for today. Thank you for joining us. We'll be back with more updates. Until then, stay informed and take care.